It's time for Around the Ozarks Sports Scene, sponsored by Thompson Sales, Fast Break Sports, and The Pitch. Here's your host, Scott Purrier.
Welcome into another edition of Around the Ozarks Sports Scene. I am Scott Purrier. As always, big thank you for tuning in this week. You're going to get to hear me geek out on golf today, which is one of my favorite subjects because those who know that when I was a sports writer, I started out being the golf writer at the News Leader and got to spend a lot of time around Payne Stewart, fell in love with the game, play the game, love the game, and love talking golf. And no better people to talk golf with right now than two of my favorite guests, Reagan Zibilski, the senior to be at the University of Arkansas, and Lyla Louderbaugh, the junior to be at the University of Kansas. They were teammates at Springfield Catholic High School for 3 years and have gone on and continued to star at the college level and had great summers. So we kind of wanted to catch up with them. And ladies, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, you both played in the U.S. Women's Amateur last week in Bandon, Oregon. We'll talk a lot about that here in a second, but not much break time for you to come down from that before you have to go back to college. Reagan, you're going back later this week. Lyla, you're already back in Lawrence, right?
Yeah, my parents just moved all my stuff in while I was in a team meeting.
Oh, wow. And so,
yeah.
Looking at your college schedules, I know you've got something literally coming up next week, don't you, with KU?
Yep.
And Reagan, of course, it's hard work, but somebody's got to do it. But you got to open the season with Arkansas at Pebble Beach again. God, that sucks, doesn't it?
Brutal.
Yeah. I mean, so do you guys play? Which courses do you play out at Pebble? Do you play all of them, or what do you do?
We just play Pebble. We get 4 rounds in a row out there, and the weather's, knock on wood, normally fantastic. And we get caddies, and we just kind of get to enjoy the Labor Day weekend competing with really, really strong schools. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
How many teams are in that event?
7 or 8.
How many want to be in that event?
All of the above.
I mean, the cash value of 4 rounds at Pebble is probably at least $4,000, maybe $5,000 now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And we stay right at the resort, and it's so cool, and it's fun to be able to do it with my team and my coaches. And
Lyla, do you feel sorry for it all?
Oh no, that's real nice.
Well, and again, we talked about it last week. You both were out playing another great venue, Bandon Dunes, out in Oregon, West Coast, and one that is, I guess, a destination venue for almost all golfers worldwide, very well known. What was it like? It's a links style course, from what I understand. Lyla, what was it like getting to play that for a week or so?
It was amazing. I'd never really played a true links course, so just being out there on the ocean with really tight lies and fescue, I thought it was really neat, and it fit my game really well. So that was exciting.
Reagan, was that your first time out there?
Yeah, it was my first time out there. I also have never really gotten to experience links golf, so it was really fun. The general consensus was the week was nobody really felt like they were in the States. It was like low to mid 60s every day, and it blew anywhere from 7 to 10 miles an hour to 20 to 30 miles an hour. So you didn't really know what you were going to get. And the wind is normally out of the north, and it switched out of the south about halfway through the week. So that was really interesting to get to navigate. But it was a really, really, really cool test of golf. Just a championship golf course. And I think, I can probably speak for the both of us, say it was probably one of the better golf courses we've played, and it was a great place for the USGA to have the event.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that. I thought about it earlier tonight that I actually have the Kansas Women's Amateur Champion and the Missouri Women's Amateur Champion here in the same interview. Reagan won the Missouri Women's title, the 95th annual, by 12 strokes last month. Is it Delhousie? Is that how you pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
In the St. Louis area, I believe. And then Lyla just breezed over into Kansas again and won the Kansas Women's Amateur by 8 shots again to defend her title successfully. But let's talk first about Bandon Dunes and the U.S. Women's Amateur, because a great showing. I've got to believe that that's the only Springfield Catholic High School, coached by Frank Gallant, the only high school that had 2 people in the 64-person match play field at the U.S. Women's Amateur. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
And so, Reagan, you got to match play. You got beaten the first round in a tough match. And I think that you dug yourself a pretty good hole there, didn't you, early on, and then came charging back. Is that right?
Yeah, I lost the first hole, which is definitely not getting off to the best of starts because you're like 10 minutes into the match and you're down. But we kept it pretty close the whole time, and I gained a 1-up lead going into 14, lost 16. We were all square. Got it to 1-up through 17 holes and made just kind of a lazy mistake off the tee on 18 and had to splash out of a bunker, but had about 15 foot for birdie. But Amelia made birdie. I made par, which forced us to go into extra holes. And it was honestly a battle. It was one of the better matches that I had ever played, and it was really tight the whole time. And neither of us really gave anything up, which was that's always a fun match to have, is when you're just battling it out with your opponent. And it at the end of the day, it didn't end up in my favor, but it was still a good fight. So
and I apologize, I got you mixed up with the NCAA match play.
Got it.
Northwestern. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit too, as much as you want to anyway. But yeah, and you both got to match play by having great stroke play rounds the first 2 days. Lyla, I think you were the number 4 seed after stroke play. Reagan, you were like number 32 or 33 in that range, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Lyla, of course, goes on and makes it to the semifinals of the U.S. Women's Amateur. Her second appearance there after going out the first round last year. Lyla, was that right?
Yep. Yeah. Around the 64, yep.
Yeah, around the 64. And it was, I think, the one that really opened eyes was the Friday quarterfinals, where you knocked off the number 1 ranked player in the world, number 1 ranked amateur, in 20 holes in that one to get to the semifinal. Faced another Missouri girl in the semis, Brooke Bierman, a Michigan State golfer. Had you guys squared off before, or was that a first-time matchup?
We had actually played together last year in the Missouri Women's Am down in Springfield at Hickory. But, that was the first time we ever played match play against each other.
And a tough one there. Was that the 19 or was that the 20 hole on Saturday?
That was the 19th hole.
19, yes. Friday was a 20 hole with Kiara Romero, number 1 ranked player in the world amateur-wise. Is she an Oregon golfer? Is that correct?
Yeah, she is.
So is that kind of her home course, or do they play there, or are they relatively close?
I think their campus was like 2.5 hours from there, so I'm not sure how often they play it, but yeah.
Well, and of course, a lot of national attention coming your way after the win on Friday. If you Google Lyla Louderbaugh, it was kind of referred to as her coming out party, and a lot of commentary about, how you got there. I think your college coach talked about a different Lyla these days now with the mental game of it. Did you read any of that, and how much of that is true, that you're a different Lyla now than you were maybe 6 to 12 months ago in the college season?
I read through as many as I could. I would agree with that. I would say I'm still myself, obviously, but something just clicked kind of at ASU when I shot my first bogey-free tournament round. And it's kind of stuck since, and I was able to win regionals and then go on to have a pretty good summer. So I'm just looking forward to continuing that kind of mellow attitude that I have on the golf course that's been working for this season.
Reagan, are you two alike or different on the golf course mentality-wise? I mean, in terms of calmness and things like that.
I think our mentality is similar, but I feel like she's a lot more calm, cool, and collected than I am.
I'm quiet.
She's quiet, and I will honestly talk to a mailbox. I'll talk to anybody. I'll strike up a conversation with anybody. I don't know. Yeah, she's just like calm, cool, and collected. I can get a little spicy and a little fiery at times. But I think our mentality is fairly similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Lyla, you were fighting the battle for lefties nationwide. Going to be the first left-hander ever to win the U.S. Women's Amateur. A lot of pressure there being the southpaw and trying to win that for all your fellow lefties, right?
I know, yeah.
Well, what did that week do for you going into your junior season at KU now in terms of your own inner expectations and confidence? And I mean, getting to the semifinals of the U.S. Women's Amateur, what does that do for Lyla Louderbaugh?
I would definitely say I'm taking a lot of confidence from not just the USAM, but I feel the whole summer because I just played really well. I never really had a terrible round. I was able to keep pretty much everything under control, and that's something that I've been working on, and I'm excited to take that into this season and hopefully pull off another tournament win.
How tired were you on Saturday when that was all done after 20 holes on Friday and then 19 on Saturday? And, of course, the Sunday finale is always 36 or as long as it goes there. That had been pretty tough, wouldn't it, 3 days in a row? Lyla,
Uh-oh.
Did you cut out there?
I think I lost.
Oh, we can hear you. Are you still there? Reagan, we'll try to get her back there. I know you came back the day after your match play loss. Were you following along pretty diligently what Lyla was doing?
I was following probably as hard as I possibly could. Oh, she back? Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and finish, Reagan.
Okay. No, yeah, I was refreshing the live scores. I was watching the TV whenever it was, whenever the coverage was on the Golf Channel, and I was on the edge of my seat. I think when she was playing Kiara in extra holes, I think I was standing like 4 foot from the TV, and I was screaming at it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, come on, Lyla, go, go, go!" But no, it was so fun to see, and I was just so excited for her, and I kind of know I've known her for so long that I'm kind of able to, I can kind of see what's going through her mind, like not 100%, but like when I see that like look in her eye, I'm like, oh my gosh, like she means business. And it was so fun to see and to watch and to keep up with. So, and I know everyone in Springfield was keeping up with her, and she had the whole dang town rooting for her. So,
yeah. And I imagine Frank Gallant was pretty excited that the Catholic coach too, right? After having both of you in his program.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Lyla, we were talking before I lost you there. The grueling nature of 20 holes on Friday, 19 on Saturday. I know you still would have loved to have had a chance at that 36-hole final on Sunday, wouldn't you?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling too exhausted. I think I was running mostly on adrenaline, but definitely taking off the Sunday after it. I felt it a little bit in my back and my feet, but other than that, I would have loved to play on Sunday, but I'm proud of myself for fighting back on Saturday and the run that I had this week.
Yeah, you were down 3 with 3 to play, weren't you? And forced the extra hole.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, and then that 19th hole, what happened there? What was there a mistake made or anything? Or when you look back on it, what do you see?
I kind of just chalking it up to adrenaline. Just kind of hit a flyer, and that's how it was.
And of course, Bierman lost on Sunday in the finale to a Stanford golfer, Mega. Is it Ghani or Gan?
Ghani, yeah, Ghani.
Ghani, yeah. 4-3 in the final there. So she's the champion. Of course, is this the norm? Is it always now college golfers pretty much in the final 8, the final 4, the final 2? Is that kind of the expectation?
For the most part, yeah. You'll occasionally have some powerhouse junior golfers that kind of come in there and make a run, but college golf is just crazy good right now. And it's really fun to see.
And that's probably why when we see you guys play in your state amateurs, Lila's winning by 8 shots back-to-back years for the title, and you win by 12 at Delhousie for the Missouri Amateur. Lyla, you played in that tournament, finished third where Reagan won. Was Reagan just on fire that week or what?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that course was not easy, but if you were hot, you were hot, and Reagan was hot.
What'd you have going on then, Reagan? Tell us about the Missouri Women's Amateur.
I'm not going to lie. Especially the last day, I kind of blacked out. It was just, everything was going my way, but no. Ever since I was 12 years old, I was telling my parents this kind of after the week was over. That's been one of my biggest goals is one day I wanted to win the Missouri Am, and the Ellen Ports, I've kind of grown up getting to know her, and she's kind of helped mentor me a little bit, and talking to her, she's like, one day you're going to do it, Reagan. And kind of growing up and playing in it, I took a few years off from playing it just because I was so busy with junior golf, but it was always one of my bigger goals, and likely my last Missouri Amateur, so I was really happy to get it done. And I had a good family friend on the bag, and we just had so much fun. And the good golf definitely helped, but it was definitely a momentum change for me. Just knowing that, I kind of didn't have the best spring with college golf, and I started working really, really hard on all parts of my game, and I was kind of able to hit an inflection point at the Mo-Am, and my putting got hot, and I was hitting the ball really good. So my bogey-free round was the first round, and it was the highest score out of the 3 days. And so then I went 3 under, 5 under, and then 8 under.
Yeah, 8 under par 64 in the final round. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I really got on a heater on the back 9. So that was also really fun. And it's been I don't know, almost 2 months ago, but it's still something that I go back to and grab onto for confidence, because it wasn't a super easy course, and to be able to kind of take control of a golf course like that is really fun.
Now, Lyla, you tied for third with a Louisville golfer, Bailey Burkett, but the second place finisher behind Reagan was a 14-year-old Annabelle. Tell me about a 14-year-old that's playing that level of golf. What's going on there?
Boy, she's
played with great skin.
Yeah,
she really has.
Yeah, I played with her in the final round, and she is a firecracker on the golf course. She takes a whack at it, and it goes pretty far. But no, just a super talented girl, raw talent, which is really fun to see, because you don't see that much anymore. But no, get a little bit of size on her and let her grow a little bit and kind of experience, high school golf and stuff. I think she'll hit the ground running for sure.
Is she smaller?
Mm-hmm.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah.
Is she bigger for 14, or even just like a normal 14-year-old body, pretty much?
Yeah, like a normal 14-year-old body.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got a bright future. Where's she from in Missouri?
Poplar Bluff, I think.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, it was her home course, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that was a big win for you. And Reagan, how much did you feel kind of some atonement personally? Because was it the year before? It was at Hickory, your home course, and you got off the really, really slow start and just couldn't make up enough ground. Was that kind of cool to win it a year later and say, hey, it's my title now?
Yeah, no, for sure. And that was one of the things that I'd kind of had to work through because playing at home is amazing. And, for my, family and friends to kind of be there and watch me and kind of get to experience it with me, that was really, really cool. But I didn't really think about the other feelings that would come with playing at home. And that was kind of a shock to me. And it didn't hit me until I started playing. And I got off to a really slow start, like you said. And I think I ended up second and I shot 5 under in the last round, but I was too far behind. And, that was the year that I really thought that I could get it done. And I kind of came to Dalhousie with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder and, telling myself that I could get it done. And I did. So
who caddied for you at Dalhousie?
Nick Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you pay him or not?
He got pro shop credit.
Pro shop credit. Nice.
Yeah.
And Lyla, have you finally fired Randall Schultz off your bag, or do you still use him occasionally?
I used him in the Moam, but
we played together. We had Lyla and Reagan and Nick and Randall on the bag.
Nice. Yeah. And I thought probably a very smooth move out at Bandon Dunes. You hired a local caddy, and I guess that guy is really good. Yeah, I mean, he obviously knows the course because he works there, but how big a factor was that for you out there?
Yeah, he was definitely a help. Just knowing where the best shots are to lay up to or different bounces that you're going to get. It's just there are some places he told me to aim that I would never in a million years have chose. But they were good spots, and it was a really good match.
So let's talk about the Kansas Amateur. I mean, 8-stroke wins the last 2 years. Are they sick of Lyla Louderbaugh over in Kansas? You coming back over during the summer and winning their title and taking the trophy back across into Missouri, or how are you received there? Because I think the rule is probably similar to Missouri, that if you play college golf in the state, you're eligible to play in that amateur, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you do you think they're tired of you by now or not?
No, they want me to come. There's actually a sponsor of the tournament. His name is Martin, and he's just the nicest older man. But he says, yeah, 2's nothing. You got to do the 3P, and so they love me up there, and I'm excited to give that a chance next year.
Well, let's kind of rewind to the college season, and people that don't understand golf. I think the perfect example of why golf is so maddening and fun and all different emotions can be shown in what you did in the regional. You won by 7 or 8 shots in the Midwestern in the regional up at Ohio State. Lyla, correct?
Yeah, 8. Yeah.
Yeah, 8-shot victory in the regional, and then a week later you go to the nationals, and it's a whole different story. That's golf, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, how would you contrast the 2 weeks? Winning being the medalist at the regional, and then going to NCAAs and not having your best week out there.
I didn't really. I mean, sure, I was upset about NCAAs, but I didn't let that take away my joy from the win. I still appreciated that win because wins don't come often in golf, and I think you just kind of have to take what you get and run with it. And I didn't let it bother me too much.
What did you have something just wasn't working out at Carlsbad or with the stroke play?
Yeah, I just wasn't hitting a lot of greens, and everything kind of just funneled away from greens out there and made for impossible chips and just a lot of bogeys. And
you were out there as an individual, right?
No, I played on the team.
Oh, the team. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, the team made it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so Reagan, of course, Arkansas. You guys spent most of the year ranked number 1 in the country. You go out there as a team, get beat by Northwestern in the quarterfinals of the team match play, 3-2. Northwestern actually goes on to beat Stanford in the final, which I'd like to see those two schools have more of an SAT or ACT competition than golf. I mean, that's two pretty, yeah. But your experience out there, the 3-2 loss to Northwestern, that's the one I was thinking of where you dug yourself a hole and came charging back and looked like you just ran out of time in your match, pretty much. Ran out of holes.
Yeah. Match play is just such a funny thing. I always say you can get beat playing really good golf and you can win not playing your best. And especially in a team setting, it gets even crazier because it's basically best out of 5 matches. So if you win 3 out of 5 matches, then you win that like match against that school. But yeah, no, it was just such a fun year and semester with our girls. And we played Northwestern in the quarterfinals, and yeah, I ran out of holes. And it's so funny because it's so easy to get stuck on what the girl in front of you is doing and what the girl behind you is doing, because you're focused on your match, but then you also want to know, like, is Kendall like winning her match in front of me? Like, is Maho winning her match behind me? And while that's super, super fun, it is a little bit more difficult to stay present, but it was such a fun experience. And even though it ended early for us, you always want to lose to the winner. So we were really upset that we got beat, but when they won, we were like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
And your teammate, Maria Jose Marine, is it Marine? You pronounce it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Maria
wins
Jose.
the individual title. So you guys are happy for her. That's your tiny teammate, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. 4'11".
Yeah. Like
little
5 foot or.
Yep.
Huh?
Little Spitfire. 4'11".
Yeah. And she is going into her junior year now.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. So what do you guys lose? I mean, you're going into your senior year. Doesn't seem like that's possible. How many of your people are back for Arkansas this fall?
Yeah. So out of the 5 that we took on the road with us, we only lost Kendall. So it'll be me, Maho, Clarissa, the rising sophomore from Mexico, Abby, the rising junior from Phoenix, and then we're looking for 1 to 2 more that can step up. And it'll be interesting to see kind of how that shakes out. But yeah, that's we only lose 1, but I mean, Kendall, she's going to be hard to replace. She was amazing for us and really stepped up last year and made a run and was able to play in ANWA, and she was also an All-American. So it'll be sad having her not coming back, but I'm excited to see who will step up for us.
Is the portal a thing in women's golf? I mean, are there a lot of girls that go into the portal and look for better opportunities? Yeah. And Lyla, I mean, you've come on to become one of the rising stars in college golf. Have people kind of been sniffing around you a little bit, so to speak, to see if there's an interest?
No, not that I know of that have reached out to me, but I don't think coaches kind of go searching for people and like going after people. It's kind of just like if you enter the portal, then they'll reach out to you. But yeah, college women's golf, at least, they're pretty respectful in that matter.
So you're saying there's actual decorum in college women's golf as opposed to literally every other, especially the men's sports side with football and all the garbage that goes on there. NIL stuff, how we doing there with both of you? Are we getting some?
A little bit. It's so hard in women's sports. I feel like I'll say that until the cows come home. I mean, it's just a completely different ball game with women's sports, especially if you're not a revenue generating sport. So, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll continue to improve and hopefully more opportunities will become available. But yeah.
Lyla, you guys, your program, your coach has done a tremendous job of raising KU golf to a level of people know you now nationally and stuff. And what's that outlook look like for you guys this year? While Reagan has to go suffer at Pebble Beach, I did see where you get to go to Hawaii in October. So, that's a pretty nice consolation prize there.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. What's the outlook for KU this year? How many did you lose, and how good can that team be this year, you think?
Yeah, we actually lost 4 seniors, and then we lost 2 to the portal. So we have 4 returners, and then we got 2 transfers and then 2 freshmen. So our team's looking a lot different, but I can confidently say that we will be just fine.
What number did you play consistently last year, and what do you expect this year?
At the beginning of last year, I actually didn't go to the first tournament, and then I played the individual for the first few tournaments. And then I worked my way into the lineup, and then by the end of the season, I was playing 1 or 2.
Okay. So you go in as probably the 1 then, you think, in the fall or right there?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. And Reagan, you're in that mix at 1, 2, 3 again, probably, or?
Yeah, I'd say last year I was consistently 3. And this year I'll probably flip between 2 and 3.
Good. What'd you guys get recruiting wise, Arkansas?
We got 2 recruits out of Texas. So we'll have 2 freshmen coming in, and we lose Kendall, and then we ended up losing 2 more who graduated. So we lost 3 and we're getting 2. And
no internationals?
No internationals this year.
Wow.
I know. The year, like not this upcoming fall, but the next, we're getting a couple internationals, but I'll be gone. So yeah, a girl out of Austin and a girl out of San Antonio. So.
That's kind of different in today's college golf world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Catholic days. We were figuring out you guys played together for 3 years. And then you won 3 state championships at Catholic. And then Lyla was on her own her senior year because you all left her, right? And didn't the girls go to Missouri State, the Fisners?
Yep.
Yeah, and stuff. And so what was that like in high school? First of all, what did you think of this girl coming down from Buffalo, Missouri, Reagan, whenever you were there as a sophomore, and this little freshman comes in, left-hander? Your first impressions of Lyla?
Well, luckily enough, I have known Lyla since I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and we would play in the 9-hole SMJGA golf tournaments together, and we were the only 2 girls in the young division. And then when we got to like the 10 to 12 division, there was me, Lyla, Kayla, and Kylie. Okay. So us 4, we trudged out the SMJGA league, and we ran that. And so we were kind of familiar with each other, and I grew up with Kayla and Kylie whenever I was members at Millwood, so I did junior golf. But Lyla and I hadn't seen each other for a long time, and when I was a freshman in high school, there were rumblings that she was going to transfer to Catholic for high school to play golf. Just because, I think, like maybe you said, oh, I'd love to come play with Reagan and Kayla and Kylie. Like that would be so much fun. And not even thinking about like, oh yeah, we would be a heck of a golf team. I mean, obviously we ended up having a good high school career, but I was super excited because, knowing her for as long as I did and kind of like our paths crossing again was really special. And we ended up having a great 3 years together, and with Kayla and Kylie also. And I know we both keep in touch with them. And it was just, it's a memory now, but I'll remember it for the rest of my life. So,
Lyla, how much, when you think back now, if you guys weren't all together and pushing each other, year round, how much did that help what you guys are doing now, you think? And start with you, Lyla. Because, you would have had summer golf to do the things you did and stuff, but you had teammates in high school while you guys just smeared everybody else. It wasn't close. You pushed each other, I'm sure, in practice rounds and tournaments, and there was always probably that little inner thing, well, I want to beat Reagan this week, or I want to do that. Was that a big plus to getting you guys, you think, where you are now? And start with you first, Lyla.
Absolutely. I never really thought about it, but looking back on it, we kind of had the same thing as college golf. We were always playing for spots. Like I remember we just play, and I guess it was qualifying thinking about it now, but that's so funny. Yeah. But I definitely would not be where as good as I am or where I am today if it weren't for Kayla, Kylie, and Reagan pushing me, because I probably wasn't the most interested in golf when I went into high school, but just seeing how much Reagan had improved since we were younger, and Kylie and Kayla, shooting the scores they did, just seeing that, I think definitely motivated me and grew my love for the game, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Reagan?
Yeah, I think, looking at it 3 or 4 years removed from the situation, like she said, I mean, we would duel it out 3 or 4 days a week at Bill and Payne Stewart. It was so much fun. We would just walk and we'd have our push carts and we'd have our snacks after school and we'd gossip about what had happened at school that day. But we all, we wanted to beat each other. And when there's that constant competition, you see constant improvement. So, whether it was Lyla shot 32 on the front, I shot 33, or I shot 31 and she shot 33 from the reds, it was, constantly us pushing each other. And to have such a strong friendship with the three of them, it made, high school golf so much more fun. And I never would have thought that I would have gotten to witness Lyla win a regional championship like I did at the beginning of May. When we were thinking about it when I was 14 years old, I wouldn't have believed you, just because I figured our paths wouldn't cross like that again, but I did. And I was so grateful to watch her do that on the 18th green in Columbus. And that was also a full circle moment, just because I'm so proud of the way that she's grown, and to, become one of the best college golfers in the nation. That's really, really cool. And to be able to play college golf alongside her is really special. So,
well, and like I said, I've covered golf in the area for 4 decades, basically. I used to go interview Kathy Reynolds, and Sam would scare me to death. I don't think either one of you had to face the wrath of Sam at any point, Sam Reynolds at Hickory Hills. But we've had a lot of great women's golfers in our area. I think of Ann Kane back in the 80s, and there have been others, but nobody's even sniffed the LPGA Tour from our area. And now we got 2 of you that are doing big things in college women's golf, and in the amateur cycles of summer tournaments, things like that. Is that still something that's on the radar for both of you? And Reagan, you're a year closer to it, grade wise and age wise than Lyla is. What is your timetable? What's next for you in terms of that?
Yeah, so I'll play my senior year of college, and then depending on what kind of happens with a couple of the amateur and college team competitions, like a Palmer Cup or a Curtis Cup, depending on that, will kind of determine when I turn pro. But, by the end of next summer, I will be turned pro and headed to Q school and starting that process, which is super exciting. It's a little scary, but what isn't, growing up is hard and post-grad is hard. But no, it's been super fun to kind of figure that out and to kind of talk about, where I'm going to live and where I'm going to practice. And, I've been grateful enough to have made a lot of really good friends through amateur golf and kind of talking to them. And it's well, maybe we live together and move somewhere and, have someone to practice with and travel with. So that part's been an eye-opening experience, but a fun one just to kind of be in the middle of figuring that out. But yeah, so after college golf will be Q school and kind of hit the ground running from there. So
what
exciting.
Do you know from talking to those friends? What do they tell you is the biggest difference between really high level competitive college women's golf, college women's amateur tournaments, and the LPGA Tour? What is the difference? What do you have to turn the switch on to make that jump to the next level?
There's a lot of people say there's not a lot of difference. It's just you go from kind of being surrounded by 8 or 9 girls and 2 coaches and a team around you, helping you get through the day or the week or a tournament or whatever. And then you're kind of not alone, but, you're kind of doing it alone, and that's scary. And, figuring out sponsorships and tournaments that you're going to get into, and just navigating that part of it logistics wise is one of the bigger differences, just because in college you have that done for you. Travel's done for you, uniforms are done for you, practice rounds are done for you, and you do everything as a team. And so that aloneness component is probably the biggest adjustment. But if you can surround yourself with people who you enjoy traveling with and you enjoy doing it with, that makes it a lot more fun. But then, that individual sense of the sport comes back, because at the end of the day, golf is an individual sport. And in college, thankfully it is a team sport, and you have teammates and you'll be friends with them forever, but kind of gets you back into, okay, I'm doing this for myself, and kind of go from there.
Lyla, you've got 2 college seasons left. What has the NCAA regional victory by such a margin and getting to the semis of the women's amateur, what does that do in terms of your confidence level or hope that you play professionally? Has it given it a big boost, or were you already there?
I was already there, but I think it's definitely solidified my decision, and in the hopes that I will make it, and I'm definitely going to give it a shot when it's my time. But I still got a while till I'm there, so we'll just play it by ear.
How often do you guys get invited to play 3-man scrambles in the area?
Like 4 weeks ago.
Did you play together?
Like fairly recently, yeah.
I think I heard about, was that a Missouri Hall of Fame tournament?
It was like it was
Silo Ridge
for the FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We played with Mick and Randall.
And you didn't win, did you?
We lost in a scorecard playoff.
Okay, so you were right there.
Yeah,
you guys are teeing off from the red tees, I'm sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel guilty? Do you feel guilty doing that?
We caught some heat for that right off the bat. So.
And when we didn't win, it was made it worse. It's okay.
Wow. The demoralizing loss, a scorecard loss, right?
Oh, man, those are the worst.
Yeah.
Reviews on Happy Gilmore 2 before we wrap this up.
Oh, you go first, Lyla.
I liked it, but I didn't like the ending.
Okay, me too.
Too live golfy.
Yes, it was such a battle between the PGA and LIV.
Yeah.
I'm like, it could not be any more obvious. But I will say, I liked all of the cameos the best.
Yeah.
I thought that was incredible. I mean, how smart.
Scotty was great, Scheffler.
That made the whole movie. I mean, all the people that were in it.
Not again. Yeah.
And John Daly having such a big part in it. I mean, that was hilarious. How can you not love that?
And then there were some guys that I thought kind of failed. Rory wasn't very good, and
Bad Bunny.
Bryson.
Bad Bunny as the caddy wasn't on my bingo card, but I enjoyed that.
And when Will Zalatoris couldn't stop laughing, it made me.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I thought it was about 30 minutes too long. They could have cut some, like the whole AA thing. They could have cut that out with Ben Still and been fine. But anyway. So, all righty. Well, hey, ladies, appreciate it. Tremendous summer again. Always enjoy talking golf. Any goals for both of you this coming college season?
Have fun, win, play some good golf.
You won't see each other until a regional, right? Possibly.
Yeah. No, we won't. Just have fun. Play really, really good golf and make a run at another national championship in May.
Very good. Well, again, congratulations, and we'll do it again, hopefully this time next year, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thanks, ladies. Good luck this season.
Thanks.
Lyla and Reagan, 2 of our favorites, love talking golf. I know we always go a little long with that, but I don't care. It's a podcast. You can fast forward. So love talking to 2 of the bright young stars. And as I mentioned, 2 girls, judged by what they're doing right now in the college game and the women's amateur game, got a shot. and we haven't had anybody on a pro tour period for the most part since Payne Stewart's tragic passing back in 1999, male or female. So it'd be really cool to see us get one or two, hopefully two, to that level. So appreciate their time and wish them the best of luck. Big thank you to our sponsors, of course, Fast Break Sports. They are 3109 South Campbell. They're home for all things sports cards and collectibles. You got that special card you picked up this summer for an investment. Go get it protected with something over at Fast Break. They can put that in the acrylic and make sure it lasts for years and years and holds value. And they've got all kinds of memorabilia. Football season just around the corner. I think we'll talk some fantasy football here next week with all the drafts coming up. But Fast Break Sports is your home for all things memorabilia and sports fan fun stuff. Just go see them. Also, the Pitch Pizza and Pub. They're in the Southern Hills Shopping Center, just off of East Sunshine, right there in the middle of the refurbished Southern Hills Shopping Center. Brian Bevel and his team, great home for lunch or dinner with pizzas, calzones, tremendous appetizers, love their smoked wings, frosty cold beverages, TVs all over the place to watch football games. They've got meeting rooms if you need one of those for a party or a networking function. Give them a call at the Pitch Pizza and Pub. And finally, Thompson Sales, 1555 East Independence in Springfield. Your home for GMC, Buick, and Cadillac cars and trucks, new and used. Thompson boys have been dealing since 1919. Appreciate their sponsorship. Go check out their great selection on the lot today. Again, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week on Around the Ozark Sports Scene.